Hi guys, my name is Rachel. Welcome to my channel, The Honest Truth About VIPKid, No BS. In this video, I'm going to give a slide-by-slide, step-by-step breakdown on how I would teach each individual slide for the demo stage. If you are thinking about becoming a teacher with VIPKid and haven't signed up yet, please use my referral code if you find this helpful. If you haven't used someone's referral code yet and you've already signed up, you can still contact VIPKid. See my comments below. Cost is very important to me. I don't have a lot of money to spend. In this video, I'm going to talk about ways you can keep this pretty budget friendly and areas that I would recommend spending the money. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this lesson if you had a person-to-person interview. But at the end of this demo, I am going to show how I would change this up if you were recording and maybe talk about the pros and cons of doing a recorded or a live. I'm also going to keep this video short and sweet and to the point on each individual slide, but there's a lot that needs to be happening, going on in the background and going on during your interview. And I have a video on how to make sure you pass the interview with flying colors. Make sure you practice expecting long pauses and errors from your interview. I'll give some tips along this video on when those errors will probably happen. All right, for the first slide, you see the title, Me, Myself, and I, Who Am I? In this slide, you need to introduce yourself, ask a couple meet and greet questions from the student, and that is it. So here's how I would start off this slide. Hello, my name is Teacher Rachel. I would have my name up on the board behind me or something behind me. What is your name? Here's a tip, number one. This is where more than likely your interviewer will just say a one-word name, like Jan. Now, VIPKid makes it very clear that they want their students learning complete sentences from the get-go. So make sure you correct and you're positive if your interview does this and they just say the name. Great job! My name is Jan. So you're positive, you correct them, you get the complete sentence. Awesome. That's probably where they're going to try to catch a correction. Then I would ask one or two meet and greet questions. Jan, how old are you? This is another point if the interviewer hasn't just said their name once, or they might do it twice where they just do one word answer and they will say 10 and be positive and go, great job. Oh, 10. I am 10 years old. If this is already taking up a lot of time, I would jump to the next slide. If your interviewer is pretty quick, I would probably ask one more meet and greet question. How are you today? And here's a tip. Use technology. Use an iPad, use a phone if you want to minimize printing costs, but also have some tools and props to elicit response from your student. So have an app or a browser up with some images ready to go with happy, sad, fine, tired, or possible feelings on how your student is today. So I would ask the question, Jan, how are you today? Are you happy, sad, tired, or fine? The next slide is the reward system slide. This is where VIPKid wants to see some creativity. They want to see you come up with your own reward system. Now, I have a couple suggestions for this. Either A, there's some apps out there where you can keep this all electronic. Google Slides are incredible because my kids love technology. I've noticed they perk up for these fun, interactive technology rewards. But when it comes to the interview, I might stick with your physical reward. I'm curious what you guys think. Maybe some of you have experience using technology in the interview stage, and write in the comments what the response was. I didn't do that, but I also might not shy away from it. I might show that you have an iPad, you have a phone, you're ready to use it. Maybe use that for your reward. That's an option. My reward that I used for my interview was a farm. Printed out the farm, and then I had barn animals that I held up. It was an extension that I could use to say the name of the animal. Whatever reward you are using, keep it simple and use it to extend. Don't just go, you earned a dog. Put it up there. Have them say the word dog. This is a good opportunity for an extension that the interviewer is looking for. Something catchy, fun, simple, but have it ready to go and use it throughout the interview. This is important. Don't forget about your reward system. So when you get through a slide, reward them. And that's what this reward system is for. But just to introduce this slide, this is how I would teach it. Jan, if you do a good job, you will fill your farm with animals. Woohoo! Are you ready? Have them say yes. Move on to the next slide. The next slide is the word sad with the sentence, he is sad. You can do this multiple ways, but one thing I really recommend you use on every slide is your mouse. Make sure you are underlining and circling the words you are focusing on. Keep bringing the student back to that word. So they're not just saying the word and repeating after you, they are associating it with the written word on the screen. This is very important. And you can do this and practice with this in the practice room. So use that tool, underline, practice underlining the word sad, bring emphasis to that word on the screen, while also using TPR with your face and your hands and tears, and then back to your screen with technology, or if you print this out, have that ready to go. Again, I like to save money on I've used so much money on printer cartridges. I'm coming back to technology. Another thing you need to do is have the student repeat the word twice. This is important. The word sad is there, you underline it, circle it, and have them repeat after you twice. Here's how I teach the slide. Sad. Have them repeat. Hold up an image. Sad. Have them repeat. Good. And then for this sentence, he is sad, I would use a doll or a toy, if you have a Ken doll, if you have nieces or nephews, something to indicate he, something other than you or me, or just an image. You can also find an image on your tablet to hold up of a person, a guy. That would be an easy one to find. A guy, sad, Ken doll, toy, indicate he is sad. So you want them to repeat this sentence after you. So I'd hold up the doll. He is sad. Underline the sentence on the screen. Have them repeat. If they struggled with this sentence, I would have them say the sentence again. Otherwise, I would not repeat this twice. You are going to go over the sentence, he is sad, again in the next slide. The key thing to repeat twice was introducing that new word sad. Have them repeat that twice, then the sentence once. Next slide. I almost forgot. Reward. At least reward twice in this 5-minute time frame. You've got to kind of balance the time with what you need to teach, but make sure you get a reward in there. So they completed an activity, they completed a slide. Great job, Jan. You earned a dog for your farm. Dog. Have them repeat. Again, opportunity for extension, another word. Great job, positive reward, done. Move on to the next slide. In this next slide, you have two images, a happy girl and a sad boy with the sentence at the top, he is sad. Make sure you read the objective at the bottom of the screen. So there are a lot of things that could happen in this slide with your interviewer. They might get it right away, they might be smooth, you might have to help them. So I'll go over some of those scenarios that could happen. To start, again, use your mouse, underline, he is sad. And then I would take out your doll again, whatever you have to indicate he, and say he, underline the sentence. You have that sentence underlined to indicate, try to get them to finish the sentence by themselves. If they need help, say the whole sentence. Underline the sentence, he, and if they complete the sentence, awesome. If they need help, continue it. Is sad. And listen for them to complete the sentence. After they finish the sentence, you want them to circle the sad-faced boy. So what I would do to get this from your interview is I would say, Jan, who is sad? Circle, he is sad. Who is sad? Now your interviewer might get this right away and they might circle the image, or they might be stuck, pretending to be stuck, and you need to demonstrate further. And how I would do that is I would take out my mouse and go, use your mouse. Circle, and I'd have my pen ready to go, and I would demonstrate, circle, he is sad. Which one? I might also underline the two images so it's clear that I want them to circle the image. Go, which one? You want them to circle the boy that is sad. So honestly, I would go to this right away to show that you are ready to demonstrate how to draw a circle, knowing that your kids might not know that right away. So that's a good thing to quickly, easy pull out a whiteboard or a piece of paper that's cheap and just draw a circle, demonstrate, circle, and show the student how to circle the image. So once they circle that image, I would have them repeat it again and say, he is sad, and just have them repeat that sentence. Once they are done, and check your time, see if you've got time to throw in a reward here, I would hold up your next animal or whatever your reward is. Jan, good job! You earned a horse for your farm. Horse. Again, extension, whatever your reward is, see if they can repeat it. Plop it on the board. Try to have it up and visible at all times if I haven't said that already. That's good to just keep that reward there, show them that they're doing a good job. That's what your interviewer wants to see, your reward system there. This next slide is a photo of a girl who is crying, and it has she is blank underlined. And you have two options, happy or sad. When you are interviewing, the student is able to drag and drop the correct word. So the goal is to get them to drag and drop the word sad. This can go multiple ways. You might need to help a little bit more than another, just depending on your interview. So if you have a Barbie or a female dog or a female girl, doll, I would use this to indicate she and have them repeat. And then the process of getting them to draw the drag and drop, I will show a couple different ways. So how I would teach this slide, I would underline the word. Again, use my mouse, always be underlining on every single slide. Underline she is, have them repeat. She is sad or happy? Which one? Drag, and this is where I could demonstrate a couple different ways. I would start with just trying to demonstrate with my hand, drag and drop the word. Happy or sad? Drag and drop. If they're really still pretending to struggle, use your phone, use your screen to demonstrate drag and drop the word. Which one? You want them to figure out which word to drag and drop. Watch them drag and drop and have them say the complete sentence. Positive reinforcement. Great job, Jan, you got it. She is sad. And have them repeat. Once they've completed that, they've said the sentence, they've dragged the word, you are done with this slide. Great job, congratulate them. This might be a good time for another reward. If you've already done 2 by this point, I would just move on to the next slide. You don't need to reward after every single slide. Just get a couple of those in there in this interview. Don't do too much or you'll run out of time. This next slide is a phonics slide. So one area I would again encourage you splurging on a little bit for this interview would be magnetic letters. Now I found bags of magnetic letters at thrift stores. Either get magnet letters, which would be my recommendation for this interview. You're going to use them anyway when you teach. Now is the time to get them. I would recommend magnet board from Walmart or Target and magnetic letters. Or you can also use a piece of paper or another whiteboard of some kind with a marker and draw the letters as you go. So it just depends on what materials you have at hand, how much you want to spend on this interview. So you are introducing the ending, the IG, you're introducing that, and then you're tagging on the DWM to make the words dig, wig, and mig. You are teaching this initial sound, IG, and then you are blending the words together. So here's how I would teach this slide. So I would have the two letters separate on the board so we can distinguish the two. I, G, ig. And then you are going to add the different initial letters. So I would individualize again. So now that I slid that across, I made room for the next letter. Be positive. Also, don't forget to be underlining on the screen as well. It's going to be a lot of back and forth, magnet props, underlining, but underline on every single slide. And then bring out the first letter. D. Good. Dig. Have them repeat. Great. Next one. Have your next letter ready to go. W. W. Wig. Good job. Wig. Then your last letter. Mig. Mig. Great job. And that is it. You are blending your letters. You are creating a word with the initial letter and the IG sound, and you are done. Again, if you don't have magnet letters, use a piece of paper or another whiteboard and draw same concept, I, G, ig, and then you can take out a marker. I'd recommend a different color if you have that as an option, and then do the next letter. D. Good. Dig. So a couple different ways you can do that depending on if you have magnet letters or just a piece of paper that you're writing on or another whiteboard. If you have time, give another reward. Great job, Jan! You earned a cat for your farm. Cat. Meow, meow, meow. Great job. Sometimes your magnet letters start to drop over time. Keep an eye out for that. So for the final slide, this is the goodbye slide. If you have time, I would review the reward and just go, Jan, you did so good. You earned 3 animals, 1, 2, 3, for your farm. Yay! This is a good chance to review sad and happy as kind of a goodbye, and how I would do it would be, Jan, I was so happy. Not sad, no. Happy to teach you today. I hope you were happy too. Woohoo! And then you want to just say your goodbye, kind of end it on a positive note. I hope to see you soon. Use TPR as much as you can whenever possible, whether you're emphasizing sad, happy. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye, Jan. Great job. High five. Goodbye. Lots of ways to end, but I would definitely keep it positive, get through it to the goodbye, get it done in your 5-minute timeline. So if you went the recorded route, that is a great option. It gives you a chance to practice and have this down pat to your 5 minutes. And essentially I would do everything the same, just leave lots of time for the response. So you're pretending that whoever you are teaching is responding. And also you need to show that you can still correct. So that's something that you might not think of if you're recording that you would definitely have to do in an actual interview. They are still looking for the correction. So do that a couple times throughout your recorded demo. Pretend they made a mistake. This is going to really make you stand out. Pros and cons of each. If you are doing it face-to-face, you have a lot of opportunity for actual feedback before the mock interview stage. There's debate on whether or not your base pay starts higher or lower. Some say it starts higher if you do a physical face-to-face interview. There's really no, let's say, documentation or anything to say that for sure, but there is that rumor out there. Pros of the recorded version: you can mess up, hit pause, start over. But again, it just depends on what you are more comfortable with. But those are the tips and tricks that I would use for each individual slide, whether it is a face-to-face interview over the computer, or whether you are doing a recorded demo. Also, make sure you check out my video on what needs to be going on in the background, what you should be wearing, what your classroom should look like, your lighting, all sorts of important things that they are looking for as a checklist. So check out that video. If you found this helpful and you want help throughout the process, please contact me via email. Use my referral code as you're signing up for VIPKID. The link to apply is in the bottom in the comments. If you find any of these videos helpful and you're looking for new videos on some good tips and tricks, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I hope to see you guys again soon.